Hello there, only one Kenobi here, only one. A little bit of a collection room update, if you want to call it that. Something new, something I've done before. The return, ladies and gentlemen, the return of the Wall of Sith. Just over there now. So, what you've got over here is a funny situation with the wall. This here is obviously, this is the window frame, and then you've got that there, which is, I think that is a soil pipe actually that's in there. So, as you know, I put that corner shelf in that space there a while ago, which works like a treat. But then there was always this space here, and if you remember in my old house, I had something called the Wall of Sith. It was just a few figures. I didn't have many loose figures on display at all. Excuse me, I'm just winding this up. I didn't have many loose figures at all on display in my old gaff. Didn't have the space, but I did have space just to put all my Sith Lords. And I've resurrected that now. So what I've done is these are a few things. I did this last night and I painted it. So I'm going to pull back and show you a few images. The wooden pieces that I've used for the pedestals are old Jenga pieces that I salvaged that were about to be skipped in my old work. But and I've glue gunned them, if that's a word, to the wall. And then what I did after that was I've painted them. So there's a few images I could show you now of the job I was doing last night after hours. The sun was setting, and so that's that. And I've put on there my favourite Sith, which is pretty much the Sith I had before, but I have had to say no to a few other characters. We'll go from the top to bottom. There you've got Darth Bane there, brilliant figure from the 3-pack Sith Evolutions. Darth Malgus, great figure there. He looks good on the top. Some figures look better than others from top to bottom. Like, for example, I'll get to him in a minute, Darth Maul looks better when you're looking down on him than above, up to him. This is Darth Nihilus from the same Sith Evolutions pack, great figure. The Vader I've gone for is the latest Vader from the Dark Times Vader. I'll just do that so you can see a little better there. That's a brilliant Vader. So I was always going to put my favourite Vader there. There's nowhere really, amazingly, anywhere else to put him here. Because I did have him in there in the Tantive 4, but it was wasted because he was looking that way, so you couldn't really see his helmet. I tried putting him in other places, but it didn't work because he's looks like he's in action. And if he was going to be stood with these fellas, I'd want a Vader just like that one's there, just like in a neutral standing position, standing aside with other characters. But in this flowing kind of action, this is why I've got all these in that kind of pose. He works well there, plus he's the best. So I want the best example of every figure in this section here. So that's that Vader. This Revan figure, fantastic. Oh dear! You're seeing behind the scenes now. Look at this, hang on, let me go that way. See, that needs painting that there. I did paint the underside of some of them, like that one there I painted. And then there. Must have forgotten about that one there. Oh dear. Don't matter. So, yeah, Revan. So there's Revan. I'd love to see an updated Revan figure, but that one stood the test of time. And then this is Maul here now. Now, I love this figure. I must open the newer one of him, but the face of that one's better. The new one, the reissue one they did in 2020, was it? 2021? But anyway, he just looks good. I always have him in this pose, like he's looking down, like he's a ninja about to spring. But if you see him from this angle, hang on, he doesn't look as good. Maybe the other version of the figure would look better. The newer updated one with the better facial sculpt would look better. But anyway, so that's there he is there. Great figure. Plus, you know, you can't have too many Mauls. Like, I've got loads of Mauls mixed in with my prequel shelves, which are a bit of a mess at the minute. But I've got this one here dedicated to the training of Maul here. That's the VC Sidious, which is good. But I wanted to show off how good that facial sculpt is, so I like him on the shelf. But the ultimate Maul must go on the Wall of Sith, and there he is there. Great figure. I really must open the other one. And then as we move down, you've got Darth Plagueis the Wise, you have Dooku. Spoiled for choice with Dooku. There was another one I could have put there, but he's currently doing another job elsewhere. And then, of course, Malak. Usually I have Revan and Malak together, but what the hell, who cares? You know, or you could put them in chronological order, these Sith, but as I say, there's certain levels they look better than others. Like, for example, Revan's one like that. If I move Revan just a minute and put Dooku here for a second, Revan's another one that looks better on a lower shelf looking down on him because his head's down anyway. and he's kind of more shrouded in mystery from that angle there, like that. Yeah, speaking of Dooku, I'll show you my other one. And again, we all champion the idea of having a definitive Dooku in TVC, but that's the Dooku you could also have. I could have also chosen, but he looks really good battling this Anakin here. That is it. I just wanted to give you an update on that. I love doing things like that. It's a bit of a showcase of Sith, but sadly I had to leave out a few of the contenders. I've only got enough of that many, which is fine. They're the main actual Sith Lords that I own. None of these are not with the title of Sith. I used to have, because I like him a lot. I'm not a big fan of the sequels, but I do like Kylo Ren. I thought he was fantastic in the sequel trilogy. And I used to have him in my old house, where I had my Wall of Sith. But because he's not actually a Sith Lord, I've had to say goodbye to him. So I don't have him in that setup anymore. I actually was also going to put in Reva, because Reva's a really good figure. But then again, she is just a Dark Force user, a Dark Side user, Red Saber and all that. I was going to add to this so I could have all the people who have a Red Saber, but then again, you've got the likes of him, Purple Saber, and he's a Sith Lord, so it doesn't have to be dictated by, you know, having a Red Saber. Just really wanted to make it specific to Sith, of which Exar Kun, I'd love Exar Kun, the figure, but my God, the opportunity to get him, I've maybe mentioned that before, God rest him, Volcanic's Playground, he did offer to send me his Exar Kun and a few other people as well. I was in a live stream with Jesse and Darth Phoenix 619, and he said, you know what, man, I might even let you have him. And we were just like so taken aback, and you know, he was talking like he didn't have long left, and we thought, nah, surely not. But then he was gone, man, and we never followed it up with him, and it's so sad to lose him, but at the same time it was an opportunity, and God bless him, he offered to give them away to us, which is such a lovely thing given the amount of money they go for. But Exar Kun, that would be a wonderful figure if they could bring that back. But that was my opportunity to get hold of Exar Kun, which would be a wonderful figure to get hold of. But still, that's that. But what was I going to say? Oh, there's Reva there. So I decided just for now, temporarily, don't know why he's there, let's move him out of the way. This is my auxiliary Imperial shelf, so you've got all the likes of Starkiller there, and anyone who's like, look at all these special Purge troopers and stuff like that, and Dark troopers and stuff, and you know, she's part of that extra wing of the arsenal, the human resources that you've got behind the Imperial conquest, you know what I mean? So I'll just put her there for now. She might move somewhere else, but because she's such a good figure, I thought she would be worthy of joining these. However, no, I've only got a certain amount of spaces anyway, as you can see. So that is it. Just a bit of an update, a bit of a waffle. Thank you for watching. Oh, speaking of Sith Lords, look at that. I love that vehicle and I love that figure. That's probably my favourite figure, certainly my favourite Anakin figure, but specifically that concept art Anakin figure looks fantastic next to that black Sith Starfighter, man. Brilliant. Anyway, thank you for joining me on that. More videos to come soon. Thank you for watching. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only one. Out.